Our first comparison will be with semi-automatic pistols, and our demonstrators will be firing two 15-round standard capacity magazines out of their pistols. We'll time the results of these aimed shots on multiple targets, and then we'll do the next comparison with three 10-round capacity magazines, and then also, just again for your education, we will do 5 6-round magazines so you can see what the timing sequence is there. Our two 15-round magazines took 20.64 seconds to fire on the 3 targets. Now our demonstrator, Jim, will be firing 10-round magazines on our 3 targets. Our 3 10-round magazines took 18.05 seconds to shoot. Now Jim's going to demonstrate shooting 5 6-round magazines. Jim just completed his 3rd string of fire, and he fired 5 6-round magazines, and his time was 21.45 seconds. So in review, firing the 2 15-round magazines, his time was 20.64 seconds. The 3 10-round magazines at the 3 targets was 18.05 seconds, and then firing 5 6-round magazines at the 3 targets was 21.45 seconds. Our second demonstrator is Christy, and as you can see, Christy does not bring the years of seasoned experience that Jim does to the range. So Christy is going to demonstrate by shooting the 2 15-round magazines at our 3 targets. Christy's time on the 2 15-round magazines was 22.9 seconds. Now Christy will demonstrate again shooting 30 rounds, this time in 3 10-round magazines. Christy's time on the 3 10-round magazines was 25.51 seconds. Now she'll demonstrate shooting 30 rounds with 6 rounds from 5 separate magazines. Christie's time was 26.93 seconds to fire those 5 6-round magazines. Now, Christie's time is a bit longer than Jim's time, but what we're trying here is to demonstrate the impact of the effect of the magazine restrictions on the time. That is the time it takes to shoot 30 aimed shots. So, to review, Christie's times for 2 15-round magazines was 22.9 seconds. The 3 10-round magazines was 25.51 seconds, and the 5 6-round magazines was 26.93 seconds. Jim's about to demonstrate our next drill shooting an AR-15 with 1 20-round magazine, and then we'll do a comparison with 2 10-round magazines. Let's see how our times are. Jim's time was 12.16 seconds for that 1 20-round magazine. Now we'll shoot the same target array with 2 10-round magazines. Jim's time with the 2 10-round magazines was 10.73 seconds. So actually he was 1.43 seconds quicker with the reload. Now Christie's going to do the same drill with the 1 20-round magazine. Christie's time with the 1 20-round magazine was 12.26 seconds. Now she'll shoot the same target array with 2 magazines. With Christie firing 2 10-round magazines, her time took 14.63 seconds. So she was just a little over 2 seconds longer to fire those rounds, including that 1 magazine change. One of the reasons that the magazine restrictions are being proposed is the perception that if the active shooter has fewer bullets in magazines, he will have to reload sooner, and this will create an opportunity for someone to tackle him during the reload. During our demonstration, our runner will start when he perceives the reload and stop when the next shot is fired. Our distance is approximately 25 feet. Our runner succeeded in getting about 9 feet. That is, he had 16 feet left to go when our shooter successfully completed the reload and began firing. We're going to do the same demonstration now with Christie. This is a revolver. We don't see these as often as we used to. When I started my career 30 years ago, revolvers is what we were issued. So for the younger folks, let me demonstrate a little bit about how you reload or load a revolver. It has a cylinder that holds 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 rounds, and you simply load 1 round at a time into the cylinder, indexing the cylinder until you have the cylinder completely full. Close it up, and you're ready to go. Jim just demonstrated what's commonly referred to as a New York reload. That is, in 18.8 seconds, he fired 30 rounds from a 6-shot revolver, simply discarding it as it emptied and retrieving another from his book bag to carry on shooting. Now, if we compare that to our earlier demonstration, he fired two 15-round magazines from a Glock 9mm pistol in 22.9 seconds. The Army Manual in 1912 had a demonstration using the 1911 service pistol, where you were to start with an empty pistol and 3 7-round magazines, and you were to load and fire 21 rounds in 12 seconds. That was the standard test. Now we're going to adapt that test just a little bit. In 1912 they didn't really have a target requirement in firing this pistol, and we want to make sure all our rounds stay on the target. So Jim's going to demonstrate that 1912 test with this over 100-year-old pistol and see if we can fire 21 rounds in 12 seconds. You just watched Jim fire 21 rounds out of this 102-year-old design pistol onto the target in 9.78 seconds. In a moment we'll go forward, we'll take a look at this target, and I think you'll be pleased to see how accurately he fired those shots even that quickly.